During times of uncertainty, it's comforting to know we have a healthcare system in our community that's been committed to supporting us for well over a century. In this current time, we are standing together, and our bond is stronger than ever. KDMC, caring for our community like no one else can.
Obviously, I'm sure you're well aware of, we shut down today with a few tests positive. It is not enough to where, we would not play right now, but the concern is obviously the spreading of that. So we're retesting today, actually as of right now, staff, offense, defensive players, but the players are not in the building outside of the test, to go food for their lunch. And, if these all come back, negative, then, we'll continue things tomorrow. Now we won't get those back till the morning, but then we'll go back on schedule. So obviously, hopefully that's the case. We're being very safe because of having these, and especially one being, someone on the staff. And so we just want to make sure that, we stop it, whatever it is.
Nick starts off.
Lane, are these positives new positives, or are they the same ones you referred to on Monday?
No, these are new. These were just ones from yesterday's tests that came back this morning, yeah. So basically we test, we get them back the next morning, and we basically test every other day. So so now we just moved up a test to noon today to make sure that other people don't have it.
So what goes into the process of choosing to postpone this? Is it just executive decision, or did you guys have to have conversations with the league or with other people?
No, I don't think it has anything to do with the league. Key's part of that. Shannon, who's head of all of our medical, and Pat, the trainer. I think Shannon's kind of the expert on it. So, and it was a smart thing to do. It'd been a tougher decision if we were playing this week. Would we have done that? But we just got to make sure, and even though our coaches are in here still recruiting and working on future opponents, we're not in meetings together. We had a staff meeting this morning via Zoom, even though they were in the building. Non-essential employees we have sent home.
Other questions for Coach? Anything else? David, go ahead.
Lane, right now, is this just a to-date move, or is this something you'll contemplate having to do tomorrow and moving forward a little bit?
I was worried you weren't going to ask a question there, David. I wouldn't have felt like it was a normal press conference without you. So this is, as of now, it'll all be about what the results are tomorrow. If everything comes back with no more positives, then we'll keep moving. But if there are, then we got to obviously look at who they are, how much are they, close contacts with them. And this is exactly how you saw programs have to shut down, and not be able to play is, you get a few more tomorrow, and then those get close contacts. Now everybody's out for 10 to 14 days. That's how it happens. We've been very fortunate.
Back to Nick.
Lane, have any close contacts been identified yet, or is it all just positive tests at this point?
No, there are some close contacts as well.
With the CDC yesterday kind of changing its protocols for close contacts, have you heard anything from the league about changing the window from that 14 days to the 10-day recommendation, or is that too soon to talk about?
I've not heard anything. Actually, I didn't even know what you're referring to, so you can educate me. I didn't know anything about that. What did they do?
They changed their protocol of saying now the recommendation is 10 days for close contact instead of 14. So potentially the league could follow that.
Well, that would have been pretty good for the Auburn game now, wouldn't it have? We'd be 5-3. So maybe finally someone listened to me, how dumb that rule is.
Go back to Neil.
That's not me. I'm just, again, Nick gets it. Okay, Neil's near him. All right, but Nick comes back before Neil, even though Neil passes every test. So I guess they figured it out. All the medical experts, what we figured out pretty easy with fifth graders.
Go ahead, Neil.
I'd pass the test because I'm immune now. And along those lines, I'm curious how many of you
Yeah, but they changed that too. That only works for like 30 or 60 days now. So you can get shut down for close contact after your 30-day window of getting it the first time, or 60 days, I think.
That was one of my questions, was what is the window on that with you guys?
I thought it was 60. I don't recall. Hasn't come up lately. So I thought that's an SEC rule, and I want to say it was 60 days. We were dealing more with that early on with the guys who'd gotten it. So, and whether they'd be safe from testing for the whole year or not. They are not with close contact, and I think that's 60 days.
You've not had any guys test positive twice, right? People who had it before have not tested and gotten it again?
Correct.
What percentage, I asked you this a couple weeks ago, I'm curious, what percentage of your program, since you guys reported on June 1st, 8th, whatever that was, have tested positive?
I don't know that. I'll ask for you. I do not know that answer because they're kind of all the same to me when they happen. It's like, hey, these guys are shut down whether they close contact or positive, so they kind of run together with me on that. So I wouldn't know how many actual or fails because so many are because of close contact.
Go back to Nick.
What's the number of players that have to be found in close contact for you guys to not practice the rest of this week?
I don't know that. But
Okay,
we're
so
just gonna have to look at
play
it.
later.
Yeah, we gotta look at who it is, that shut down, and then how many. And obviously, some players would be more difficult to practice out than some others. So we'll just have to see. There's no exact answer.
Go ahead, David.
Lane, do you know anything else about how this season's going to play out in terms of schedule yet? Or are we just all waiting on the SEC?
I mean, I'm going under, and I've not been told this by the SEC, I'm going under the assumption that it's, A&M before LSU. That's how we're game planning, but I don't know. I thought that was kind of the only real scenario with having to move LSU and Alabama. I didn't really get into it. Someone initially told me that's what it was going to be, so until we hear different, that's how we've been kind of game planning.
Gotcha.
Any more questions for Coach? All right, thanks, Coach.
Oh, I did just because it came up last time and I, said something. So since last time we talked, I did meet with Matt Corral and just said, hey, do you need to sit down and talk about this at the end of the year, get grades back, all this stuff, because I never pushed him to stay. I just wanted him to have the information. He said no. He goes, I'm 1,000% coming back. I need another year here. So I told him I would relay that to you guys today.